Okay, we're gonna practice giving the bedpan. And the first thing we do with all skills is we're gonna knock. We're going to identify and greet the resident. We will explain the procedure, perform hand hygiene, and provide for privacy. Now, the first thing that we do is raise our side rails. And because we are doing a physical type of personal care, we always want to raise the bed to the best height that's good for body mechanics, okay? We don't want to break our backs, okay? Once we have it up to the level that's good for us, then we're going to put down the rail on the side that we will be providing care. I will make sure that my resident is in a supine position. And I'm going to put on disposable gloves. Once I put on my disposable gloves, I am going to turn my resident away from me. And I'm going to put this waterproof pad underneath the buttocks. Now I'll roll them back over toward me to prevent friction and shearing. And then I will unroll the rest of the waterproof pad. Okay. Now that the bed is protected, I'm going to put the bedpan against the buttocks. And you just kind of measure, try to measure correctly against the buttocks so that whenever you roll them over and they sit down on it, they'll be in the correct position. So I want to hold the bedpan and put them back in the supine position. Now I'm going to remove my gloves and I'm going to put them in the trash bag. And then I'm going to put the resident in a seated position, because we always want to have our residents in the most natural position whenever they are eliminating. Okay. Next, I will make sure that the call out is within reach. And I'll be putting the bed down to the lowest horizontal position for safety. Once they are down in the lowest horizontal position, I will lower both side rails. I will make sure that toilet paper, maybe you have wipes, washcloth, things for them to provide independent peri-care available within reach. And then I'm going to tell them to signal whenever they are finished so that I will know to come back. I will now perform hand hygiene and leave the room and shut the door. Okay. Now, when the call light comes back on, I will again enter the room, I will perform hand hygiene and put on disposable gloves. And again, I will be physically performing care on this resident. So I'm going to put up both side rails. I'm going to put the bed up at the highest level I can to provide for good body mechanics. And once I get them up to the level that I want them to be at, then I'm going to have to lower them back into a supine position. And this just makes it easier to provide pericare and to get the bedpan. And I'm also going to lower the side rail on the side I'll be working on. I'm going to remove the bedpan very carefully. So while I am pushing my resin over, I'm also going to hold this bedpan down so that it doesn't move, okay, and flip over. Now at this point, I can use toilet paper to wipe. And at this point, I would provide pericare. And of course that is a separate skill, so I'm just gonna verbalize that. Now I'm going to cover the bedpan with a towel, or they do make some bedpan covers that you could slide it into. That would work as well. Okay, I am going to remove the waterproof pad. Now I would put that in my soiled laundry bag. And then I'm going to remove and discard my gloves. I'll put the side rail up on the side that I was working on so that I can lower the bed back down to the lowest horizontal position for safety. Once I get them down to the lowest position, I will then put both side rails down. Attach the signal light and put on disposable gloves. I'm putting on these disposable gloves so that I can carry the bedpan to the bathroom. And once I get to the bathroom, at this point, if we are measuring input and output, then I would make sure and measure the urine for that. But in the bathroom, of course, we're going to empty it, rinse it, clean it out. And then we're going to bring it back and store it in the bottom shelf or the bottom drawer of the bedside table, and I'll put that in dirty laundry. Now I'll be able to remove my gloves, perform hand hygiene, And then I'm going to report and record observations. Okay, and that is the bedpan skill.